What is my secret strategy that's able to generate me profits like this, or even this? In today's video, I'm going to be revealing my trend line strategy that allowed me to turn small trades into big profits in a day in and day out basis. Stick around to discover how to utilize this trend line strategy to boost your trading and take your trading to the next level. So let's dive in. Now, within this strategy, it's super important that you guys understand that I use trend lines along with market structure to gain the absolute confluence to allow me the confidence to take my positions, right? So let's go ahead and see what this looks like on this charts, right? So here we have GBP USD. Now, like I said, this is the bread and butter of my strategy. Now, there are two key rules that you guys want to understand before utilizing this strategy. The key rules are you must have 2 touches minimum to validate a trend line. So here, like I said, we have GBP USD. If I draw a trend line, I want to draw 2 touches. So 1 touch, 2 touch, and then the next key rule is to drag this into the future. So if I just stopped it right here, it wouldn't benefit me.
How that's gonna benefit me?
But if I drag it into the future, now this does benefit me, right? So we have 1 touch, 2 touch, and we are illustrating that the market is in this overall down trend. So how do we know when this downtrend is now over? So like I said, I incorporate this along with market structure. So we could see that this trend line broke out here in this particular area. But not only did the trend line break, but if we illustrate market structure, so we have low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Our last lower high point got broken at this area as well. So along with this market structure and this trend line break, that validated that this trend was now over. So then we can see that we had a break of the trend line, retest, and then we started in this newfound uptrend. That is super important. Now let's go on to the next trend. So from here, if we just drag, we always start from a low point and then we drag it to the next point. So one thing I want you guys to understand as well is that every line that you draw on your chart is supposed to tell you a story. So the story here is every time that price touched this trend line, what did it do? It pushed down, it pushed down, it pushed down. And then from this area, once price broke from this trend line, it pushed up, it pushed up. So like I said, this trend line is now telling me a story. So we have this overall downtrend. Now let's transition into this overall uptrend. So what can we do? We can now draw a trend line starting from our low point to our next point, our next high point, or a higher low point, and then we drag this into the future just like this. So we can see now that the market was in a overall uptrend. So the market is going up, but it is forming a series of higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then what happens? Our trend breaks at this area right here. But not only did our trend break, our structure broke. So we had a break of structure at this higher low point here. And then what did the market do? The market then transitioned into a overall downtrend. So now we understood that this uptrend that we were currently in is now over. So this can benefit you in a few ways, right? This can benefit you by understanding if you're in a position and you're holding your buy positions in an uptrend and prices continue to go up, then you know, okay, once my trend line breaks and my structure breaks, I know that this is no longer a overall uptrend and we are going to be heading down. So that's something that you guys want to utilize in order to enter your positions and also trail your positions as well. So like I said, we had our break of structure, and then from there, what do we have? We had a overall downtrend structure forming. So I can zoom in just to get a little bit closer. We can see that this formed a new overall downtrend. So of course I could draw this trend line from here to here, but I like the story of this trend line from here to here a lot better. So this was a temporary downtrend. This downtrend was not as long as this previous uptrend, but that lets you know that this small downtrend was now going to be over a lot faster because the trend line broke. And not only did the trend line break, but look at our structure. We had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So our previous lower high point got broken as well. So once we got this breakout of this trend, that let us know that the market was now transitioning from a overall downtrend structure into a new uptrend structure. So from there, we can then do the same thing. So it's kind of like wash, rinse, and repeat. We can now draw a trend line from our low to our high point or our higher low point here. And then we have a low, a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Now our structure then broke at this area here along with our trend line. So this is another indication that the market is now about to shift. So you guys are probably wondering where you can get in. This is my exclusive blueprint strategy where I teach my blueprint members exactly where to get in on this, but I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of the sauce, right? So here we can see that we had a break and then a retest, and then this was our entry to confirm that we were going down to the downside. So all of my trades are pretty much simply just breaks and retests. If you understand trends and you understand market structure, you can capitalize on these breaks and retests of these trends. The market has trends on every single time frame. So we can see here that this is GBP USD on the 4-hour time frame. Right now, if I was to go down to the 1-minute time frame, literally the exact same things are going to occur. So you can use this if you're a scalper, or you can use this if you're an intraday trader or even a swing trade. It doesn't matter what time frame you're on, you just have to utilize the rules and understand what structure you are in. Let's just take this for example. If I just look at this overall uptrend here and I have my downtrend, so if I drag it from point A to point B, drag it into the future, this is a trend on the 1-minute time frame, and then we can see that we have, zoom in a little better, we have a low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So what happens? Our trend line gets broken here along with our structure. Once our structure breaks and our trend line breaks, this is confirming that the market is now shifting trends. So we can see here, once we got that trend line break and we got this structure break, we then went into a new found uptrend. So like I said, I like to enter on the breaks and the retest, but you guys can also enter on the breaks of the structure break and the trend line break. Enter your long position here, stop loss just beneath these lows right here, and then target these previous highs. So just a little under a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, but you can see this pushed up for a 2.4 risk to reward ratio. So this was a good trade on the 1-minute time frame for a quick 32 pips with a 13 pip stop loss. But like I said, guys, you can utilize this on any particular time frame. That example that I just did was on the 1-minute, and these examples were on the 4-minute. So let's continue. Let's make sure that you know this strategy is actually legit. So we can see here, we start from our high and we drag this down to our low point here. Then we can see our structure. We have high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So from here at this area, we can see that price broke our structure here, and then we also had a trend line break here. So once we got the break and retest of this structure point, this was our indication that the market was definitely about to go up, and then we transition into a complete new uptrend here. Just to reiterate, every line that you draw on your chart is supposed to tell you a story. 2 touches minimum to validate a trend line. You always want to drag it into the future, and in order to confirm a trend change, you must have a structure break along with that trend line break. Right now, like I said, guys, this is just a glimpse of my strategy. If you want full access to my complete Blueprint Trading Academy, where I give you step-by-step on how to use this strategy with other confluences, hit the link in the description. I will see you guys inside.